you know, what's the standing of the company? How does it look? I was like, we're damn near going bankrupt. And he said, okay, bankrupt it, because if you bankrupt it, you don't have to fight it. If you try to fight it, it could cost you $50,000 to $100,000. So you're screwed, basically. I was like, you know, 9-year company, and some idiot driving down the road can get a billboard lawyer and put you out of business, right? I was pissed, you know, I was upset about it. I was depressed about it, because it's a company, my baby, that I built over 9-10 years, right? My whole career was in this. And, you know, I just thought this was going to be a lifelong 20-year company. But this is the modern world that we live in. Nothing was wrong with this guy. I've got pictures and video of him standing there walking. My guy even asked him, you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine, no problem. I just want to make sure my car's good, right? But now he's claiming that he's got neck injury and PTSD. There's a whole, you know, document this thick that Morgan & Morgan sent us. So, you know, that was the end of Moneypenny. I had to lay everybody off, return the leased trucks, which were too expensive anyway. On those, that small amount of trucks, we weren't making any money. And I had the RGN trailers that, you know, I had just bought an RGN trailer for $100,000 stretch. I don't know if some of you guys seen it. It was a 40-ton stretch. One of the things with that, at the end of that, I rented it out. Had the guy put insurance on it. And actually, he rented my trailer, cancels the insurance unbeknownst to me, and the insurance didn't tell us, and then totals it. He totaled a $100,000 RGN stretch trailer, and there was no insurance to cover it or to cover me. So we're just asked out on that, or just screwed on that. And I got left with the finance agreement, $100,000 that I owed on a trailer that somebody else wrecked and didn't have insurance on. Totaled it. And I think what he actually did, because I saw pictures of it, I actually went to go re-rent it out, not knowing that it was wrecked, because the guy called me and told me that they pulled it in the impound. It was abandoned on the side of the road. I was like, that's crazy. And the guy's credit card quit working. He ghosted me. Or went to report it stolen when the company called me and was like, hey, we got your trailer over here. We called, you know. So I sent a new guy over there to go pick that trailer up, and he sends me the video of it. He's like, dude, this thing's totaled. And I think what they did is they put a dozer or excavator or something on it. It was only a 45-ton trailer. They put something on it that weighed like over 100,000 pounds, and they just destroyed both sides of it, all the way down. So, I mean, maybe they hit something while something was on there, or flipped it, and that destroyed. I don't really know what happened with the accident, but the trailer was ruined. So let's fast forward. We're surviving under my other company, Double Down. And why did we have to do two? I told you, because of the insurance, because of the fact that we were trying to separate semis and heavy haul into one division and hot shots into another, which was our main goal. And that's the route that we were originally going. So what happened with Double Down? But this one, all of those other things that happened to me on that company with Moneypenny, I feel like, you know, it was unavoidable with the guy hitting my guy and Progressive dropping us. There's nothing we could have done to prevent that. I think that my guy had a legal right to drive that truck. It was his truck. It had no logos on it. It wasn't a commercial vehicle. But the trailer was. That's where they got it. They said, yeah, but it was pulling your trailer, which was registered to your company. And that's kind of the loophole that screwed us. But if you buy a truck and you put not for hire on the side and it's insured, you have a right to drive that truck if you want to drive it somewhere. Now, you can't use it for work, which is what he was doing, was dropping the trailer off back at my yard. But he didn't have a load on, and he didn't get a load, and he was driving it deadhead back home. So you kind of have a right to drive your truck the way I see it. The insurance company doesn't see it that way. They see it as a liability, and they see it as like you're trying to do something unethical. Now with Double Down, I take more responsibility for this one, because I've lost, you know, 50% of my business. I had to close my baby. I'm super bummed, right? I'm back in a truck now at this point. Throughout a few different times throughout this cycle, I'm in a truck trying to make extra money, trying to survive. And I had just went and bought my dream home. You know, me and my wife became homeowners, bought our dream home, 26-acre farm in South Florida. You know, had to clean it up as a hoarder house. Went into that not knowing that we were going into a freight recession under Biden, not knowing that we were going to get Biden, not knowing that all this was going to happen. And if you'd have told me, hey man, you're about to lose 90% of your income overnight like that, I'd have told you were crazy. I've been doing this 10 years, you're crazy, right? And so that did happen. That's exactly what happened. I lost 90% of my income, had to lay off most of my guys because of insurance problems and factoring back charge problems. And the second company was set up almost identical to the first company. Same factoring, same ELD company, because we save money that way, you know. Same pre-pass company, you know, same everything pretty much. And that's how you're able to save money. And so even had the same insurance. So we get on down the line, and I kind of, in being busy took my eye off the ball, and a bunch of guys failed inspections, okay, for hours of service. If you go look at Double Down's Safer score, 9 out of 10 things on there is failure to recruit duty status, failure to recruit duty status, PC using it wrong, ELD not plugged in, that kind of crap, right? Error in hours of service because it didn't match up where they unplug or where they went off duty to where they went on duty type of thing. And that was 100% my fault. I let that safety score go to crap by not watching those guys, by not monitoring it. And when dad's away, the kids will play. Guys are trying to make more money. Guys are trying to get home. Guys are trying to, get set up for the next load tomorrow and all that stuff. And they just get tired of the ELD shit. So that ran the safety score up like crazy. I actually had one guy that I should have fired, and he got 4 or 5 different inspections and failed all 4 or 5 of them in a row, 3 of them in the same state, for hours of service. And I just, because I didn't want to lose more income, and maybe my pride of wanting to, and I like the guy, and I wanted